Alrighty guys, this is what I did to fix my AC clutch. The past few days I've noticed that the air conditioning clutch has been grinding. It actually sounded like I had an angle grinder rubbing up against some metal underneath my damn car for the past couple days. And I finally was able to take a look at it. By the way, excuse my heater over there. But anyway, I was finally able to take a look at it, and thankfully, thanks to a dude on the forum named Dan, I fixed it for free. Well, apart from the loaner tool cost, which I'm going to get back. But all I did, went to work. I got this loaner tool made by Powerbuilt. Looks like that. It's called the AC Clutch and Orifice Tube Removal Kit. It is kit number 35 from Advanced Auto Parts. And the only part you need is this guy right here, which goes right there. It says clutch plate remover. That's all I needed to fix this. What you do is you take that nut in the middle off. I actually had to jam a screwdriver like this up into the control arm because that nut was so rusty I couldn't, just holding onto the clutch by hand, I couldn't put enough torque on it without a spinner. So I jammed the screwdriver into the control arm and into the clutch like that, worked the nut back and forth so I knew I wouldn't strip it, and I finally got the nut off. Once you get the nut off, you thread that guy into there. I figured out you don't have to remove the compressor if you already have this thing in the actual tool, about down that far. And then as you get it down, you can slowly thread this out so you can get this part in more. But anyway, you get this in there, you hold it, hold this part with a wrench, this part with a 3/4, I believe, and you basically crank down on this part. You don't want to crank it too much because you don't want to completely remove that clutch. But basically what you're doing is you're pulling this clutch back away from the pulley, because what's happening is this clutch is rubbing on the pulley when it's not supposed to be, and it's basically just slipping, and it's metal rubbing on metal. Because these things right here are actually springs that are supposed to pull it back away. Well, after time, these things get weaker, so it can just stay and ride on that pulley and make a god-awful noise, and you get metal shavings everywhere, and it's just not a good thing. So basically, you pull this back, noise goes away. When it was doing it, I'll try to push it up against it so you can hear it, maybe. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it with the heater. But basically it was like this, just rubbing up against the pulley. You can imagine how that would sound at 1500 RPM. So basically pulling that out just gives it some distance away. You're supposed to be at about 30 thousandths, but I just eyeballed it because I do not have a feeler gauge with me. But here's another view of it. But yeah, free fix. I thought I was gonna have to replace the whole compressor, so I did a little research, went on gmforum.com, found Dan's post. So happy I found that right now. That just saved me 200 bucks.